It's just pretty much we tried to write a kind of simpler album about just, well, it's just rock music, but we kind of wrote it with the slant of our home city, Glasgow. So GLA is the airport code for Glasgow. So we just wanted to try and write something that's simple and a little bit more real, because we'd kind of started to try and write like really well written songs, but maybe weren't really what we probably personally liked listening to and things like that. So it was just to try and strip it back and
yeah, I mean, Craig kind of touched on it there. We kind of tried to write these, we tried to present ourselves and have these perfect songs before, and we feel like that version of our band we kind of got as good as we were going to get. So we wanted a new challenge as a band, and the main inspiration for the album was just kind of finding rock music recently a bit too pretentious and uninspiring, but there's been a few bands recently who've kind of turned the game on its head again and made rock and roll exciting and made it real and raw, and we wanted to be part of that. So these songs are more a nod to our own musical taste, and we're kind of trying to, on this album, we're trying to be the band that we would want to listen to, that we think, you know, that rock music needs. You know, there's definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, basically there's definitely an appetite, I think, for people. I mean, we're music fans ourselves. There's definitely that appetite for that kind of music, and music that's challenging. But you know, there's still songs with music that's challenging and abrasive, but you know, you can still connect to the lyrics and you still connect to the music.
Are you happy yet? How do you measure if you're over it? Oh no, and I got that coffee cream. Your waterboarding me through seasons of reading it. That pollen and rotting. That was deliberately the first thing that we wanted to let people hear, just because it kind of sums up a lot of the vibe that we wanted to create on this album. It's just kind of like, is a mixture of confusion and punk ethic, and it's just to kind of push people's buttons a little bit. And that whole song was, our bass player Ross kind of wrote all the main riffs in that for like in his I think in his home studio, and when we took that to Topanga Canyon to flesh it out with the producer Jackknife Lee, it was one of the ones that it was so on the spot and spontaneous. Like a lot of the record, but previously when we recorded, was very premeditated and calculated, and everything was rehearsed and done, whereas on this record spontaneity was definitely king, and the producer we worked with is very much in favour of doing things on the fly, and that song is a good example of that. When we recorded our parts, like when Craig recorded his drums, he was just kind of thrown in at the deep end, so like that song definitely represents that more chaotic side of music, which we love, and that kind of, when things are created in that moment, there's more of you get more of an essence of the idea, the genesis of the idea, rather than when somebody's played something a million times, that magic gets lost a little bit. So yeah.
Hello, we are one half of Tone Atlantic, and you're listening or watching United Rock Nations.